Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, February the 15th, 2025. I am Gerald Bryan. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines, over 200 child abuse cases reported in 2025 so far, Minister PERSAUD. EXXON still interested in block at 1 in Bidrong, ROUTLEDGE. SOD turned for new $11.4 billion West DEMERARA Regional Hospital. And Children's March Parade brightened city streets with vibrant showcase of Guyanese culture. Now for the news in detail. The streets of Georgetown were filled with little vibrant revelers as the annual Children's March Parade flowed through the city, showcasing the rich Guyanese culture with colorful costumes. Participation from all 10 administrative regions promises to outshine even the adult festivities to be held later this month. Michelle Henry, along with camerawoman Quinella Reynolds, was in on the action and filed this report.
In an exciting twist, the 2025 Children's Mashramani celebration got underway on Saturday morning, promising to give the adult Mashramani a run for its money. Draped with a vibrant display of Guyanese culture, each administrative region showcased unique traditions. The evening news caught up with Assistant Chief Education Officer Sherwin Blackman, who shared that this year's festivities are raising the bar, ensuring a truly memorable experience for all.
We're giving a national competition, national mash, a big run for their money. Every single year we're doing great things.
And what do you think about the culture, the emphasis on the culture that has been showcased this year?
Well, I think, we emphasize every year, we try to get most of the music and so on to be celebrating more local and so on, because as far as we try to promote culture, we want everybody to start owning Guyana. And I think all of the regions, the schools represented here today, took time to showcase what they have in their own culture from their own region, but more so how they can showcase the different ethnic groups and all of the other things together.
Chiming in on the action, regional organizers shared the concepts behind the unique designs of floats and costumes representing their respective regions.
We were last year winners and we are looking forward to winning again this year! The idea behind this design was we want to talk about education, the harmony of knowledge and the importance that education plays in our country. In order for us to move forward as one Guyana, we need to have education.
And I'm here with our float depicting culture, unity as one Guyana. And so in today's activities, we are hoping to come out victorious. We are hoping to come out first. Nothing more but first.
Tell me something, why the red and yellow?
Red and yellow is depicting unity, strength of the people of region number 2.
Meanwhile, the children who participated in the parade were having a blast.
Tell me how the practice was for all of the movements all the buses today.
The practice wasn't really hard, right? But the moves, we gonna come hard.
Right.
Just wait and see what.
So you think that you're winning this year?
For sure. 2 years in a row for sure.
And what message you have for other children that watching this? What message you want to tell them?
Mashramani is all about fun,
How you feeling today in the Children's Mashramani?
It feels great. This is my first time.
This your first year, so you think this year you're going to win?
Yes.
And what message you have for the whole of Guyana that watching Mashramani?
Y'all enjoy yourself.
I am Michelle Henry, reporting for the Evening News.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vinya PERSAUD, has revealed that a staggering number of 275 child abuse cases have been recorded thus far in 2025, and those are being addressed. Trisha Sobers has more.
The 275 child abuse cases reported thus far this year follows a total of 4,038 cases in 2024. The categories of abuse ranges from physical, emotional, sexual, verbal, and neglect, among others. A regional breakdown of child abuse cases last year shows that Region 4 reported the highest number of cases at 466, followed by Region 2 with 181 cases. Additionally, Region 1 recorded 51 cases, Region 3 145, Region 5 83, Region 6 147, Region 7 10, Region 8 21, Region 9 50, and Region 10 recorded 48 cases. During a press conference on Saturday, the Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. PERSAUD, disclosed that works are ongoing to enhance child protection, including parenting programs, training initiatives, and collaboration with various stakeholders.
To have that happen the way we want it to happen requires education, requires information, and requires capacity building within the Child Care and Protection Agency, and also requires us to interface with stakeholders, parents, and caregivers of children. Over time, we would have delivered a number of programs, and a few of those programs involve our parenting program.
The Child Advocacy Centers, managed in partnership with ChildLink and Blossom Incorporated, play a crucial role in handling sexual abuse cases. Dr. PERSAUD told media operatives on Saturday that government funding for these agencies has exceeded $130 million to support forensic interviews and child protection services in all regions.
So, in dealing with our rapid response team, this was realized when we started 2 years ago the Street Light program, removing children from the streets. This program is an ongoing program, and we've continually removed children from the streets, and not only removed them, but worked with their family and things like employment if their family members require that, counseling, and also working with the children not to have recurrence. But it was felt that we need to move beyond the hours of work at the Child Care and Protection Agency. Currently, we have officers in all of the region. We have a total of 48 officers in our regions across the country. And when there are cases that are peculiar to sexual abuse, we have the Child Advocacy Centers. This is in partnership with ChildLink and Blossom Inc., and they have been heavily subsidized by government.
Dr. PERSAUD has issued a direct appeal to media and the general public, urging them to report cases of child abuse directly to the Child Care and Protection Agency. She emphasized that the law mandates the protection of children and warned against sharing children's images on social media, which can cause psychological harm. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Oil giant ExxonMobil remains very much interested in the block it won in the 2022 bid round, with ExxonMobil Guyana President Alistair Routledge revealing that the company is also looking at the possibility of not only oil production but also using the block for carbon capture. Here are the details. Following the 2022 bid round, where ExxonMobil Guyana was one of the companies that won a shallow block, there has been a delay when it comes to reaching an agreement. Exxon was not among the awarded companies that had accepted agreements for their blocks last year, nor was it among the 4 bidders that the government had recently confirmed would be signing agreements this year. During a recent press conference, ExxonMobil Guyana President Alistair Routledge confirmed that his company is still very much interested in the shallow block, S8, that it won. He acknowledged that the process has taken some time, but noted that Exxon is focused on ensuring they get a mutually satisfactory deal.
We're very interested in the block, and that's why we continue to have our discussions with the government, and we wouldn't do that if we weren't committed to trying to finalize a good agreement that works for the country and works for us.
There had been speculation that Exxon and the government were in disagreement over using the block for carbon capture, which is the process of acquiring CO2 emissions and keeping it from being released into the atmosphere. Asked whether the company's main focus is to use the block for carbon capture and storage, Routledge had this to say.
Our first priority, and this is aligned with the government, is to understand whether or not there are hydrocarbons, economically producible hydrocarbons, in the S8 block. But we do have a longer term ambition, which is part of our overall corporate ambition to achieve the 2050 target of net zero across our operations, net zero GHG emissions. And as part of that, we're looking at S8 block. If there are not hydrocarbons there, or indeed should there be hydrocarbons and we can produce them first, would it make a good location for us to sequester CO2 in the future?
According to the executive, Exxon is run on a multi-decade basis, so they will have to determine this in the near future in order to better plan its operation. However, he noted that a carbon capture development will benefit not only Exxon, but also Guyana's low-carbon development credentials. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News. As part of the efforts by the People's Progressive Party civic government to modernize healthcare delivery in Guyana, the sod was turned on Friday afternoon for a new 150-bed West Demerara Regional Hospital. Here is Trishelle Sobers with the details.
The new state-of-the-art $11.4 billion West Demerara Regional Hospital will feature 150 beds along with 4 operating theaters, intensive care units, and neonatal and pediatric ICUs. It will also offer advanced diagnostic services including MRI and CT scans. During the sod turning ceremony on Friday, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony said this new facility will not only provide high-quality care for patients, but also reduce referrals to the city hospital.
When this new hospital is finished, you would have your own cath lab. What that means is that somebody that come in here with a heart attack, you will be evaluated at the accident and emergency, and you will be sent upstairs straight to that lab, and they would be able to do they will first of all check your heart to see which vessel is blocked, and once they pick up which vessel is blocked, they'll be able to put in whether 1, 2, 3, 4, how many stents you need, they'll be able to put that in. And that would mean that you would no longer have to travel to go to Georgetown Hospital to be able to get those types of services.
Construction of the new West Demerara Regional Hospital is slated to complete in 2028. According to President Dr. Irfan Ali, this new hospital is another representation of the government building out world-class infrastructure and world-class equipment and diagnostic facilities to go with it. The head of state also announced plans to integrate health management and patient management systems from various health centers and hospitals across Region 3 to enhance healthcare delivery to citizens.
What we're going to develop in the region here now is an integrated health management and patient management system through digital health and the digitization. So at this hospital, for example, they will have a control room that integrates all the health centers, the health posts, and the hospital on a common platform. And all the doctors will be available on that platform. But more importantly, that platform would be linked into the national platform in Georgetown and all the other regions. And then, guess what? We have already negotiated for this platform to be integrated into the Northwell platform, Mount Sinai platform, and now some of the best providers in India. That is what we do. So that our doctors will have specialty services to support their decision making. We will be integrated in the global healthcare system, and we'll be able to pool all our medical talent on one platform.
This platform, the president said, will be available for both private and public health sectors 24/7. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
With support from the United States-based Mount Sinai Health System, the Guyana government will be working to establish a modern oncology center here in order to enhance cancer treatment and care. This was revealed by President Dr. Irfan Ali at the sod turning ceremony for the new $11.4 billion West Demerara Regional Hospital on Friday afternoon. An oncology center is a medical facility that specializes in the diagnosis, treatment, and research of cancer. Construction of the oncology center here will start this year, and it is slated to be completed by 2027. According to the head of state, government is also in discussion with Mount Sinai on enhancing rehabilitative care in the country. Let's have a look.
I'm pleased to tell you that HES Corporation has agreed to continue financing the Mount Sinai partnership for another 3 years. And for a matter of fact, they will be coming in to help us in the building out of a modern oncology center that will treat cancer. We're not only looking at diagnostics, but building the facilities for treatment. Outside of that, we are engaging in discussions right now for rehabilitative care, because many times beds are occupied in hospitals, space is occupied, whereby the patient does not necessarily need to be in that hospital, but require rehabilitative care. For the ordinary person, that is managing stroke patient, for example. Let me give you an example. And very soon, in April, a team is coming down from Mount Sinai to discuss with us a modular manner in which we can build out our rehabilitative care centers across the country. So we are not sleeping. We are addressing healthcare in a holistic way.
Coming up on the other side of the break, prisoners equipped with training certificates, tools for reintegration into society. Please stay tuned.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Brimeville.
Guys, I think I'm in love! Wow!
Yeah, I was looking at you too.
What? What are you talking about? I'm in the tiles. Where did you get them?
Oh, Mima Decor, obviously the best tile store in Guyana. Come, let me take you there.
My kitchen, my bathroom, my floors. Mima Decor has everything. And the prices are great too.
So, yeah, I want to have a date now.
We can build on that.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. The Guyana Prison Service is taking a major step towards rehabilitation of inmates with the implementation of certification programs aimed at equipping them with vocational skills. Officials say the initiative will help prisoners secure jobs, thus enhancing their reintegration into society and reducing recidivism. Luana McAllister has more.
The Guyana Prison Service is making major strides in its transition from a penal system to a correctional one. One of the key initiatives for 2025 is certified training programs aimed at giving inmates a second chance through skills development. Senior Superintendent of Prisons Mark Smith says the goal is to provide skills that will help former inmates find employment after release.
What I can tell you is that the prison institution would have started a program in terms of having certain programs being certified, all right, which would further solidify the rehabilitation, the reintegration of inmates into society, because then they will have a certificate to present to the supplier or the contracted employer, right, to show that, look, I am certified in this field, right, and and be more enthused in terms of them hiring them to deal with whatever work that they would have applied for.
With $140.2 million allocated for training, the program is designed to equip prisoners with job-ready skills. But beyond certification, some inmates will also receive tools to help them start their own businesses after release. The Fresh Start program is dedicated to reducing criminal recidivism and is also aimed at expanding opportunities for occupational training training with a focus on ensuring that inmates develop the job skills they need to find work after release. Smith says this will help former prisoners transition successfully into the workforce.
There's a checklist, of course, that you must pass in order to receive the Fresh Start kit. So he would receive a sewing machine to further help him when he go back into society. He can actually start his own business, all right, be an entrepreneur. So there are many things the prison administration in collaboration with the Ministry of Home Affairs and also the government at large, we are doing to try and make the inmates more impactful in terms when they're reintegrated into society.
The initiative isn't just for inmates. It also includes upskilling prison officers to support the rehabilitation process.
We also taking certain pages out of different institutions around the world to see what are the best practices, right? But of course it all starts from home, looking at our culture and see what works for us.
To further support reintegration, the prison administration is also offering recommendations for inmates seeking employment. With plans to train 1,600 inmates in 2025, officials believe this program will help reduce crime and ease the burden on the prison system. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
The Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry, GBTI, has launched a game-changing financial solution aimed at eliminating cash flow struggles for businesses operating in the oil and gas sector. The newly introduced Invoice Financing Initiative allows suppliers to access up to 80% of their validated invoice value, ensuring they have a steady stream of working capital while awaiting payment. More in this report.
In addition to businesses immediately accessing up to 80% of their invoice value, the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry Invoice Financing Solution terms are flexible, with loan maturity matched to invoice due dates ranging from 30 to 180 days. The financing is also offered at a competitive rate with low monthly interest of just 1.25%, coupled with no hidden fees, ensuring a transparent process with no early repayment penalties. This short-term capital solution is designed for registered suppliers with a proven track record in the oil and gas sector, particularly those holding validated invoices from ExxonMobil's local affiliate, ESSO Exploration and Production Guyana Limited, EEPGL, or its prime contractors. In his address at the launch on Friday, Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh praised GBTI's move, highlighting that the financing arrangement ensures that businesses no longer face delays in receiving their payments, allowing them to reinvest and scale their operations.
The issue of pledging receivables and or contracts and or invoices as collateral for the purposes of securing credit has been an issue that we've been discussing for a very long time. It's a reflection of a policy framework that is conducive to sustainable private sector growth, because if the expansion is not sustainable, no credit officer will lend to a borrower whose expansion plans are not sustainable. So it points to a policy framework that we in government, led of course by President Ali, have been working diligently to put in place, having returned to office in 2020, and to maintain and to further strengthen, with the result that the economy has been growing.
In the past, local suppliers have complained about prolonged delays, as much as 90 days with the payment for goods and services to major players in the oil and gas sector, an issue which government sought to address by changing the local content laws to stipulate a 45-day period to make payments. There were talks last year to further reduce this timeline to 21 days. Meanwhile, Dr. Singh revealed on Friday that discussions are underway to expand GBTI's financing solution beyond ExxonMobil Guyana, extending it to Tier 1 contractors and potentially other industries where credit risks remain manageable.
I made sure to inquire about the bank's intentions to extend this to other issuers, to other companies operating in the oil and gas space and potentially companies operating outside of the oil and gas space. And the leadership of GBTI has assured me that the intention is to roll this out beyond ExxonMobil Guyana, to roll this out in the first instance to Tier 1 contractors of ExxonMobil Guyana.
To qualify for this invoice financing, businesses must submit a complete credit application form and comply with GBTI's anti-money laundering and regulatory standards. Additionally, they must provide proof of contract history and supplier performance to ensure credibility and compliance with the bank's requirements.
Contractors working on upgrading the Blackbush Polder Road in Region 6 have been causing further damage to other sections of the road with the heavy-duty construction vehicles they are using. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that those contractors have agreed to fix the damages they have caused. Here is more.
2 contractors are currently carrying out repair work to sections of the Blackbush Polder main access road. However, in the process of doing so, their heavy-duty machinery has been damaging other sections of the thoroughfare. Vehicle operators have expressed concern, noting that the harvesting period will soon commence. According to Region 6 Chairman David Armagon, the contractors will have to fix the damages that they have caused.
The main road in the Blackbush going into Blackbush Polder is being presently done by the Ministry of Public Works. They have 2 contractors who are working on that particular road, starting from the Leslie Holden end. And the work is progressing. I went there last week, and work is progressing smoothly. The only problem is there are some big holes that have developed because of the big machines that are working within the Blackbush Polder area. And so what we are doing right now, I have asked the Ministry of Public Works and Mr. Kester, who is responsible for that Blackbush Polder Road from the Ministry of Public Works, has guaranteed me that those big holes will be filled.
The road rehabilitation works falls under the 2024 work program. Some $15.95 billion has been allocated through the national budget for Region 6 this year. Armagon says out of that sum, $1.24 billion will be spent on capital works.
And there's a lot of capital works that will happen in the region, accounting for this big money here. Lots of work will be done in schools, in bridges, roads, drainage and irrigation. Work will be done at the Armenian Hospital again to extend the Armenian Hospital. The RO's house that was burned down, that house will probably be back during the course of this year at $55 million. And so all the work, not all the work that we put in at the capital level will be done because we couldn't get all the money. But the money that we have got, we have prioritized the work that it has to be done.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, February 16, 2025 at 6:45 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 6:25 on Sunday, February 16, 2025, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Moti, Ali Mohammed, and PERSAUD lead Harpy Eagles' resistance. This and more coming up in the Sportscast after the break.
Big deals happening here right now at Sylvie's. Grab a dude's engine and score a 2500 watt generator free. Save 10% on all food processing equipment. Don't wait, act now. Get a 2-inch Better water pump free when you purchase a diesel tiller. Get a free surprise gift when you purchase a gasoline pressure washer. Sylvie's, where big deals power your success. Shop now at sylviesonline.com.